I never thought my own family would ask me to disappear. But that's exactly what happened. My name is Rachel Evans. I'm 32, living in Chicago, working as a marketing executive. From the outside, my childhood looked perfect: a cozy house near Boston, summer trips to Cape Cod, a golden retriever. But inside those walls, I learned a painful truth: not every child is loved the same. My younger sister, Lily, was the golden one. She sparkled, and our parents adored her. Birthdays, holidays, family photos, Lily always at the center. Me? I was the shadow, the one holding the camera, forgotten at the edge of the frame. I tried so hard to be seen. Straight A's, trophies, scholarships. But no matter how much I achieved, it was never enough. My parents' eyes never left Lily. The ache of being invisible followed me into adulthood. Even after moving to Chicago, building a career, and making friends who truly valued me, a part of me still longed for their approval. That fragile hope flickered again when Lily announced her engagement. I wanted to be part of her big day. I wanted to believe, just for once, they would include me. But what unfolded wasn't love. It was rejection. A rejection so sharp, it cut me out of the family picture forever. And that's where my story truly begins. At first, I thought maybe I was overthinking. Lily was busy, planning a wedding is stressful, I told myself that. But the little signs kept piling up. When I offered to help with flowers or venues, she brushed me off. "Mom's handling it," she'd say. The group chats? I wasn't in them. The bridal shower? I didn't even know it happened until I saw the pictures online. And then came the blow that shattered me. I wasn't asked to be a bridesmaid. Not even a bridesmaid. Not even included. I finally gathered the courage to ask her why. Her voice was sharp, almost annoyed. "Rachel, don't make this about you. It's my day. I need people who won't overshadow me." Overshadow? I felt my throat close. For years, I had been the one overlooked, the forgotten one. And now, she claimed I was somehow stealing her light. That word haunted me. Overshadow. I tried to reason, but she cut me off. "You always make everything about yourself." Then she hung up. I sat frozen, phone in hand, as decades of memories came crashing back: every ignored birthday, every empty seat at my graduation, every time I'd been invisible. And now, I wasn't just unseen. I was unwanted. Still, I clung to a tiny shred of hope. Maybe my parents would understand. Maybe they'd defend me. But what happened next proved I had been wrong my whole life. When my parents called, asking me to come home for the weekend, I felt a spark of hope. Maybe they'd noticed how left out I was. Maybe they wanted to make things right. I bought Lily a silver frame for her engagement photo and flew to Boston. But the moment I stepped into my childhood home, I realized I was wrong. My parents sat stiffly in the living room. Lily wasn't even there. "This conversation is just between us," my mother said. My father's voice was calm, cold. "Rachel, this wedding is the most important day of Lily's life. She's under a lot of stress. And part of that stress is you." I blinked, stunned. "Me? I haven't even been involved." "That's the problem," my mother cut in. "You're not involved, but your presence still causes issues. Lily feels intimidated. She worries the guests will look at you instead of her." It felt like a slap. I tried to defend myself, but my father leaned forward. His words dropped like stones. "The greatest gift you could give your sister is not to attend at all." Remove yourself. From the wedding. From the picture. At least for now. I couldn't breathe. They weren't just excluding me. They were erasing me. Numb, I stood. If that's what you want, that's what I'll do. I walked out of the house I grew up in, knowing it might be the last time. No tears. No begging. Just silence. But inside, something shifted. A quiet strength rose in me. If my family wanted me gone, then maybe it was time I finally chose myself. That night, as I flew back to Chicago, I stared out the window at the city lights below. For the first time, I understood I would never be enough for them. And maybe I didn't need to be. Underscore 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 underscore. Back in Chicago, I collapsed into myself. The rejection cut deep. But instead of chasing their approval, I made a choice. This time, I walked away. I called my best friend, Samantha. She opened her home, her arms, and her heart. She reminded me I was worthy, even when my own family didn't see it. Subscribe. Then I got practical. I cut financial ties, closed the joint accounts my parents still controlled, and sold the apartment that carried their names. The backlash was instant: angry calls, furious texts, accusations that I was ruining Lily's wedding. For the first time in my life, I didn't answer. Piece by piece, I built a new life. I poured my heart into work. I picked up my camera again, capturing the world the way I wanted to see it. I decorated my apartment with my own photos, not family portraits, just me. There were lonely nights. Holidays were the hardest. The silence from my parents felt like a heavy echo. But slowly, that silence turned into freedom. I built a chosen family, friends who celebrated me, not compared me. And eventually, I found love. Daniel. Gentle, patient, someone who saw only me, not Lily's shadow. With him, I was never too much or too little, I was just Rachel. Years passed. Then one day, out of nowhere, Lily reached out. Her voice was softer, broken in ways I had never heard. She confessed how our parents' approval had always been a cage. How she had believed their lies about me. How wrong she had been. We met halfway in Portland. For the first time, we spoke as equals, two sisters, not rivals. I set my boundaries. She respected them. Maybe we'd never be as close as we once dreamed, but we were finally honest. As for my parents, they stayed silent, except for one cold email from my father, filled with conditions. I replied with just one line. I'm not interested in relationships built on control. And I meant it. When Lily later renewed her vows, she invited me. No parents. No drama. Just love. And as I stood there, surrounded by people who truly saw me, I realized something. The greatest gift my family ever gave me was the chance to start over. I had survived. I had rebuilt. And I had learned that sometimes the bravest thing you can do is walk away. So if you're listening and you've ever felt invisible, if you've ever begged for love that never came, please hear me. You are enough. You deserve to be seen. I'm Rachel Evans. And this is how I learned to love myself enough to begin again. If this story moved you, like, subscribe and share your thoughts in comments.